All right, CD and Sam podcast episode, whatever this is. It's been a long time. I guess it's kind of just like what it is with this time of year because you have baseball, right?
Yeah, every day.
Um, Obviously, a lot's happened. The Pelicans suck, and NBA playoffs start, MLB starts. A lot of stuff to cover, but let's get right into it with some NBA. Kings Warriors. Who you got rest of the series? It's 2-2 currently.
I got the Warriors in 7, but first I just want to talk a little bit of. You want to talk a little bit about the Pelicans and your frustrations about the season?
Yeah, we have the Zoom that's not like the Zoom Premium, so we only have 45 minutes on here.
This could go for like 2 hours.
Yeah, I could talk for a really long time about the Pelicans. To keep it brief, the Pelicans can't hurt me anymore. I'm just numb to all of it. I think we should trade Zion for a bag of Lay's potato chips that's like half air. And
I think we would come out on
Ingram's still
top.
great. I still like CJ. Trey's going to be awesome next year, but that's really all I'm excited about because I just don't think you can count on Zion to play a full season. And if Zion's not playing a full season, then like probably the peak for this team would be like the 6 seed, right? You can tell me if I'm wrong, but like 5, 6
With a healthy
without
Zion.
Zion. Yeah, without Zion.
Oh, without Zion, yeah.
With a healthy Zion, I mean, gosh, we were first place in January, so but I just don't think you can plan next season around Zion being there because he's shown nothing that would make you think that he will.
Yeah, the only reason I could be optimistic about like this upcoming season is if we do trade Zion and like we get a bunch of other like surrounding pieces. Because I mean, obviously, we're not going to get a superstar for Zion because other
Yeah.
teams are too smart. They know about the injury concerns. Um, but that'd be the only way I could be optimistic if we trade him for some good assets.
Yeah. I think I just don't have any idea what the Zion trade value would be because obviously we know that when he plays, he's a top 10 player and he seems like he's one of those guys that could potentially carry you to a championship, but also he doesn't play. So I think
Yeah,
he's probably one of the weirder like trade value guys. My trade proposal is Zion for Mikal Bridges. I don't know if they take it, but that's what I'm trading.
straight up Zion for Mikal Bridges.
Straight up, I take Zion for Jared Vanderbilt. That's my joke offer. I'd rather have 10 rebounds off the bench than 10 cheeseburgers.
Dude, I think he's
That's my
almost
take.
gained like a decent bit of the weight back too.
Yeah, I mean, well, he has to because that's his body type. Like, if you're not playing, like he just needs to play. Like what Stan Van Gundy said. Um, I know they won't trade. I know they won't trade him this offseason, but it's what I hope they do. But they won't.
Yeah, they're not going to. I mean, the dude has like. Have you seen that big old mural we have of him right on
Yeah.
that smoothie?
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it says the bounce is back. He clearly isn't. He played
yeah,
29 games this season after a season where he played zero last year. Um, he's just really frustrating for the fans that they're really bought in. Like, I think there's not a fan base right now that's more bought in with less than the Pelicans. Voice crack.
there you
That's bad.
go. Well said. I agree with you.
Like with really mediocre results, the Pelicans fan base is like really bought in.
I feel like the Knicks fans have been the last few years.
But yeah, that's because Knicks fans are just delusional about everything.
Yeah, that's true. They won today.
But yeah, that's true. Um, but like this Pelicans team has given us 2 playoff wins, and the fans are all in on this group. It only took
I mean,
two. Like this
rightfully
is
so. It's like so easy to get behind these guys.
yeah, I know. But the fans deserve better than
Yeah,
what we got this season.
definitely. I
Because
think
you
the
can't.
players know that too.
Yeah. Oh, I hope that everybody next year around that organization knows that it's their last chance with this group. You
Yeah,
know, like if
and
Zion can't play another full season, again, then you have to move on. You can't keep doing this because this has been what 3 years now where we say, well, hey, well, when we get Zion back, we could compete in the West, and it's just not happening. So next year is I think it has to be very apparent that it's their last chance with this group.
Yeah. And I'm sure they know that because we can't just keep that's insanity. The definition of insanity
Yeah,
is expecting
Einstein.
different results doing the same thing.
Now, like obviously, if they succeed next year, then I'm not saying that it's like the last season with this group because obviously they're still very young. But like,
Yeah,
if it doesn't work next year, you have to move on.
I agree.
That's my Pelicans take. They can't hurt me anymore. I felt nothing watching them play the Thunder in that playing game.
Yeah, I watched till probably the I probably watched 3/4 of it and then just turned it
Yeah.
off.
No, that was like I didn't really want to watch it, but I did, and
That's how I was feeling. I
they
was in bed
disappointed
watching
me.
it. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad about that game specifically. Like I could care less. Like
yeah.
Thunder, I mean, the Thunder came in, they played just better. They looked more interested, and we lost. That's about it.
One step closer to Wemby, hopefully, somehow.
That's true. I think there's like a .6 chance that we get Wembanyama. So, Pels Dynasty, believe.
Yeah, we do.
Do you remember like a time early in the year where we thought we were gonna win the West and then get like the number 5 pick from the Lakers?
Sam, I remember in fine arts class, I just turned to you and it was like, "Yeah, man, we could double our losses with our wins today, and we would have been like
Yeah,
26-13."
yeah, I remember
And it
that.
was like, yeah, and the Lakers, they just lost like four straight or something, and we're like
Yep,
second to last. Now look at
yep.
us, and that
Yeah,
was our
it's complete
worst.
reversal, and now it's the Lakers that are competing for the West.
I think the Lakers really could come out the West this year.
Do you have the Lakers winning the series over Memphis?
Yeah, now I do.
Yeah. So you pick Memphis at the start.
Yeah, I had Memphis in six, but now the way things have gone, I think the Lakers are going to take it.
I picked Lakers in 6 at the start. I guess I'll stand by that. The Lakers, like they have so much else. Um, at the start of the season, it felt like they had LeBron and AD, and then they didn't have probably a single other competent player. But now they have probably 4 or 5 with the way Austin Reeves has been playing, and then the trade deadline acquisitions that they made have been phenomenal.
One of the rare Rob Pelinka W's. That was a
I
great
liked
trade.
there's somebody saying this like when the moves that LeBron's teams make don't work, everybody blames it on LeBron, but when they work, everybody says, "Oh, Palinka's a genius" or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. Le GM.
So I guess give LeGM some credit for this year.
Yeah. He
I don't.
definitely had to have recruited D'Angelo Russell.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, with I feel kind of nostalgic about the Western Conference playoffs this year because as much as I like the young teams like Sacramento and I used to like Memphis, they're a little bit different for me now. But like I just want to see like Curry and LeBron and KD up there to an extent. I mean, I want to see Kevin Durant lose, but
Yeah, I mean,
like
because go ahead.
I want to see Curry and LeBron again.
Yeah, because I mean, that's like our generation, and it's kind of coming to
Yeah,
an end. Like our first generation of basketball
yeah.
players.
Like I
Um,
feel like the Warriors are truly like our childhood team.
I've always kind of liked the Warriors. I hate Draymond Green, but I like the Warriors from that perspective.
Yeah, I appreciate what Draymond does out there. I don't necessarily like him. I mean, I think he's underrated by most fans' perspective these days.
No
But
doubt. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they've been doing it for so long. I just kind of have to appreciate it at this point.
Steve Kerr's a great coach too.
Yep. So elsewhere in the playoffs, talk about Kawhi for a little bit, if you'd like.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, this isn't load management on Kawhi. It's just him being injury prone and being old. You can't really bash the Clippers for like the team they've put around him. 'Cause, I mean, you have two of the most like dominant defenders of our decade. You would say that, right, with Paul
Yeah, I
George?
would. Yeah, they're two of the best two-way players.
Yeah, and they just kind of failed to mount like a run or anything. But
Well, I think I read Paul George and Kawhi have played a total of 3 playoff games together.
We could be Clippers
So
fans, Sam.
yeah, we could. Or in the last 2 years, they played 3 playoff games together. Um, but I really like the makeup of the Clippers team. It's just that they're never healthy at the right time. Um, if they had PG and Kawhi and the way that even Russ has been playing in this playoff series against Phoenix, they could definitely make it out of the West.
I
But
watched one possession of that game yesterday, and it was a Russell Westbrook air ball.
hey, he had like 35 or something like that, 17 to 29 from the field.
He had 37.
37. Yeah, I mean, he's been playing really well. Um, but I just don't know what the Clippers do. I think you have to do it again next year and just keep hoping that it times out. But I don't know. Because if you look at the Paul George trade now,
The
like
Thunder fleeced him.
knowing what we know about SGA and then all the draft picks, it's not even close.
Not yeah.
Yeah.
I mean the Clippers, I think, are in a terrible position.
Yeah.
Looks like the
Yeah, I
young
still think if those two stars get healthy, they could be trouble, but you know.
if I think the youngest guy on their team is Bones Highland.
Oh yeah, I kind of like that pickup though. I don't know why Denver got rid of him.
Yeah. Do they have like a backup guard already?
I don't think so. That's kind of my problem with Denver is I don't think they have a lot of depth.
It's strange he
Um,
traded away Bones. But anyway,
yeah, they used to have Bones and then some other guys too, but I don't know. Now I look at Denver. It feels like if Jokic isn't Superman every night, they're not gonna beat any of those serious contenders.
yeah. And Jamal Murray proved you wrong, Sam.
I still don't like Jamal Murray, Connor,
Why?
because he's either the best player on the court or he's completely irrelevant, and it's painful to watch, especially when he plays the Pelicans, because he's always the best player on the court
Stop
when he plays
being
the
so
Pelicans.
biased, Sam.
I am. I'm just a pissed off Pelicans fan at heart that's watching all the other teams right now from my couch.
Yeah, you're right.
I could be at the Pelicans games watching them lose. Should have been us getting our asses kicked by Denver.
Yeah. No, we can leave that to Minnesota. They can have that.
Yeah, they've been getting killed.
Yeah, they're in a bad position for the future. I don't care if they have
I
Anthony
think the
Edwards or
Rudy
not.
Gobert trade is one of the worst trades of all time,
Oh
if
yeah,
not the.
yeah. Next to that, Paul Pierce, Kevin
Yeah,
Garnett trade.
yeah, it's way up there. And already it's way up there, especially because you think about the 4 first-round picks that they have in the future, and then Walker
Walker
Kessler from
Kessler.
this year's draft is probably a top 3 rookie this season. Um, and then Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, and I think the underrated guy in that trade, even though he's kind of a joke, was Patrick Beverly because he was a big part of what they did in Minnesota last year.
Yeah, he was. I remember Pat Bev like bought into Minnesota. He like
Yeah,
posted
I
a
know.
picture on Instagram. He was like, "This is my home" or something like
Yeah, and they traded him.
that. Yeah.
I don't get it, but yeah,
All right. Let me talk about this Hawks Celtics series. Um. So if by chance the Hawks win tonight, it'd be tied up 2-2. Do you think that could
yep.
happen?
Do I think it could happen? No. I think similar to when. Do you remember? I think we're at Gianni's house. Trey Young hit that game winner to win Game 3 last year.
Oh,
In
yeah,
Atlanta
yeah,
against the Heat.
yeah.
A similar thing. Much better team, obviously, and I think they'll take care of business tonight and go back to Boston and win in 5. That was my original take on the series. I'll stick to
Yeah, I agree with you. I always, for some reason, kind of like the Hawks. I like DeJounte Murray despite his off-season drama.
it.
Did you know about that
Yeah,
with like Paulo?
yeah. I like his game a lot.
Yeah. Um,
I mean, you know how I feel about. I like the Hawks. I like Trey Young.
I
They've let
also
me
like Clint
down.
Capella. What's up?
Yeah, I like Clint Capella. The Hawks have let me down a lot in the past, though. With my I went on the record saying the Hawks were a top 5 team in the league last year.
I remember you
So
said that.
yeah, I don't like them anymore because they haven't come through for me.
Yeah.
What else is going on out east? Oh, Heat Bucks. What do you make of that series right now?
So, okay, first of all, did you see like the whole charge, like get rid of the charge thing?
I did see that. Yeah.
I don't. know what that's about. But
Yeah, I don't know.
I think the Bucks are gonna win in 7, even without Giannis.
Without Giannis, you have Bucks in 7.
Without Giannis, I have Bucks in 7. I think they can do it.
What I'll say is, yeah, they don't know if Giannis is going to play Game 4. I think either way, I think the Bucks could lose Game 4, get Giannis back, and win the series. But what's more of a like prevailing story, because I still think the Bucks will win, is just the toll that it could take on them later in the playoffs,
Yeah.
especially in the Eastern Conference, where we think that there is probably no easy series win anywhere. So I think maybe just playing those 2 or 3 extra games could get them down the line.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, to the Heat's credit, they have arguably the best Giannis stopper in the league.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I said earlier in the year, there's 2 guys I would trust that could actually stop Giannis, and it would probably be Kawhi and Bam Adebayo that I think have a chance.
Yeah.
So the Heat are a little bit of a tough matchup, and then playoff Jimmy's a different thing, but we'll have to see if he's healthy.
Yeah. I think Drew's been doing well. Chris Middleton's done okay.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of Chris Middleton these days,
Yeah,
but
neither do I.
I didn't know what to make of him a few years ago, even when he was really good. So
I
he's
feel
just kind of a
like
streaky player.
Chris Middleton is kind of like a figment of our imagination.
Yeah, I don't know how he'll be remembered.
Yeah,
It's just kind of a weird career,
he's gonna be remembered as Mike Bibby in
I guess.
Portland.
I mean, he still carried Milwaukee in that series against Atlanta.
He did. He did. I don't know. I feel like nobody's gonna know Chris Middleton in 20 years, but
Yeah, probably not.
I
He's
digress.
one of he's going to be one of the more underrated sidekicks, I think.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You want to talk about some baseball? Got anything else on basketball?
What else? Basketball. Let's see. Knicks Cavs. I didn't see the Knicks playing like this.
Neither did I.
I
I
didn't think it
thought they
would
were
happen.
gonna
I
do what
thought
they did a few years ago.
I thought the Cavs would probably win in 5 just because of the talent disparity, but the Knicks defense has been giving them fits all series.
Yeah, I didn't even think it was gonna be a close series either.
Yeah. But that's all I have for basketball. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on over to baseball. The most surprising team in baseball is the Pittsburgh Pirates. They
Yeah.
are currently
Are they winning today?
they won today, 16 and
So they're
7,
16-7. Wow.
and they're on top of the NL Central. I've
Second best
watched.
record in baseball.
Um,
Best record in the NL right now.
yeah, best record in the NL behind Tampa overall.
Yeah.
I've watched a bunch of the Pirates highlights on YouTube. It just seems like they get production from 1 to 9. I mean, granted, they were just playing the Reds.
Yeah.
I mean, their pitching's not outstanding, but they get job done. But it'll be interesting to see if it holds up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really long season, obviously, and I still don't think maybe anybody's picking the Pirates to win the division or maybe even make the playoffs. But it's 15-7 is not an accident by any means.
Yeah,
So I think you have to give them credit. The attitude around that team seems really positive. They got Kutch back, and
yeah,
the
that
fans seem
also.
really into it.
Yeah,
So I'm interested. I'm still a Cardinals fan out in the NL Central, who are terrible, by the way. But
why are they so bad?
their pitching has been awful.
Yeah,
They have 2 quality starts this year from their
yeah.
starters.
I saw that
Um,
Michaelis almost had the third one, but he blew that.
yeah, and then they're hitting. They haven't been really getting power from Arenado and Goldie, and that's really like the only power bats they have. Got to look out for this year. Nolan Gorman. He has 6 home runs already. I think 22 RBIs.
Yeah,
He's been
Nolan
off to a great
Gorman's
start.
solid. You know who else is solid? Bryson Stott for the Phillies.
Uh, is he? Where's he play at? Like what position?
He
Is he a
plays in the
third?
infield, but I think
Okay.
he's utility.
Okay. So I think he's been filling in for Alec Boehm, who's been hurt.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Um. What's your who's your sleeper team like in the AL? If it's not let's say it's not the Yankees or Astros, who do you see coming out of the AL?
Would you call the Rangers a sleeper team?
I would call the Rangers a sleeper team.
Dude, I like the way they swing the bat
Uh,
with like
it just
good.
I say it's just if those two guys can stay healthy, Simeon and Seager. I mean, not that they don't have other pieces, but those are what it's really about.
Well, yeah, no doubt. I mean, also they got guys like Adolis Garcia. Um,
Yeah. Oh, I do really like Adolis Garcia.
yeah. Got Jonah Heim's been really good for them behind the plate. One of the most underrated pitchers in baseball, I feel like, is Luis Castillo for the Mariners. He got shelled the
Yeah,
other day, but
against the Cardinals. Yeah.
yeah, I was hoping the Yankees were gonna get him at the deadline, but we didn't.
Well, instead we end up with Frankie Montas. Yeah, that works out.
Yeah,
What I will say, the package that the Mariners gave to the Reds was like three of their top five prospects, so I didn't blame the Yankees because we might have given up Volpe or something like that, or Jason Dominguez. But he's been really, really good since he started joined the Mariners, and he could maybe be the difference maker in them winning a playoff series or two this year.
yeah.
I think my sleeper team this year in the AL would be the Guardians. Obviously, they had a good season last year, but I think the rule changes probably really favor the Guardians with how it works out towards more contact and
Yeah,
base running. So I think they could get hot in the playoffs maybe.
yeah.
And Shane Bieber's obviously really good.
Shea Weaver is really good. For me, the sleeper team in the NL is the Marlins. They have good pitching with Alcantara, Jesus Luzardo.
Yeah,
Um, and they got some guys that just quite simply just get on base, like Luis Ariz, Jazz,
yeah,
obviously.
it was a great pickup. I like the Marlins too. I think they're probably one or two like big power bats away from being like
They got
actual
Soler. Soler's really
playoff
good for
threats.
them.
Yeah, but I still think they need like a guy that's going to add 30 home runs a year to make them legit in the NL.
Yeah, I hear you. Remember
Um,
Miguel Sano?
I do. I think he's still in the league somewhere.
He's probably somewhere, but like I remember he was like a real big power
He was
bat for
really
the
good for a
Twins.
while for the
Yeah.
Twins. Those Twins teams hit a million home runs and they'd still get killed by the Yankees in the postseason.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Who did they have on that team? Polanco, Arise.
Polanco smashing them. I guess they had Buxton at
They
that
had
point still.
Buxton, yeah.
Um, yeah,
Max
I did like
Kepler.
those.
Max Kepler was there.
Kepler, that's a good call. Uh, yeah, I just remember them getting swept by the Yankees in that playoff series, and then they lost to us in that wild card game too.
Yeah, when Didi hit that
That Didi
electrifying
bomb.
bomb.
I still miss Didi.
I do. Yeah, Didi was a
He was
great
a fan
guy.
favorite.
One of my
They're
favorite
like
players.
the last two like Yankee fan favorites we traded away because people really like Didi and Gio.
Yeah, I
Uh,
love
they
Gio.
they caught
He's
on pretty quickly in the fan base.
Gio is succeeding in Anaheim though.
He's had a really good start to his season.
Yeah.
I think he's hitting above 300 maybe.
Yeah.
So he's been really good. Let me look at the stats. Yeah, he's hitting 280, but I mean, what he does in the field, he's been playing everywhere. I think.
First base, third base,
Yeah, when
shortstop.
they played us, I think he played. I think he played second, third, and first.
He definitely played first. I know that.
So Gio's still my favorite Yankee at heart.
Yeah, for me that would be Brett Gardner, but
Still Brett.
yeah.
Uh,
Sam, how would you grade the Yankee season so far?
it's a B plus. Um,
Today
I
was
don't.
terrible.
Today was a bad game, but it's not like they've been bad by any means. There haven't been any stretches where
We've
I
been
feel
above
like, man,
average.
yeah,
We've
there haven't been any stretches where I feel like, man, I don't feel like watching this team today. But they still haven't had a series sweep. Um, Now they had their first series loss today. With that being said, but the
we don't
lineup,
have the Blue Jays again. That's it. It was a weekend series.
um, yeah, this is yeah, it's just weekend series. Um, and what was I saying? The lineup looks a little bit short right now with Bader out,
Injuries,
with
man.
Stanton's always out every time.
Bader had
Um,
his rehab assignment
I
yesterday.
saw it today. He's in Double A right now.
Yeah,
But
like Somerset or something like that.
but the lineups just kind of felt a little bit short so far this season. And
I think we're
pitching, they're
just go ahead.
still getting healthy again. The pitching rotation.
Yeah. We're just one injury return away from being back into contention. Like when Bader gets back, then that
I mean, you
removes
get Bader and Rodon and Sevy back, and it feels like okay, yeah, let's make a World Series run.
yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, right now they feel like an above average team.
Yeah, but like you said, with the injuries and hopefully they come back soon. I
I
think this could
mean,
be the Yankees' year.
I agree. I mean, would you agree? Because I think this year is more likely that they win a World Series than any other year.
One of those baby bomber teams.
Yeah, I mean, well, hey, the 2017 team was one game away from the World Series.
Exactly.
Um,
Um,
but
I would
I
say
think the
this is our best
pitching this
shot,
year,
though. I would definitely say it's our best shot.
I think the pitching just differentiates this group so much. I mean, they have three legit aces out there, and then Sevy has been really good when he's been out, when he's been able to be healthy out there.
Yeah. Um,
They at least is crazy though.
it is. I mean, I think the Orioles will fall off sooner or later, but
I agree.
I think this is the
I mean, they're
weakest
still
the
good, but
Ash.
I mean, they're not going to keep at this pace.
Yeah, but I think this is the weakest the Astros have been.
Yeah, but losing Verlander was a big loss, and it's just a part of sports. Is that it's really difficult to be this good for this long as the Astros have been. Um, they're really reliant on some young pitchers. They're Valdez and what's his name? I forget Xavier something. I don't know. But he's been. They have some pitcher that's like led the AL in like strikeouts this year or something like that. So they're reliant on a lot of young guys, and they still need some young bats in their lineup to step up for them. So I don't know if it'll be their year again.
Yeah,
Oh wait, Christian Javier. That's what I'm thinking of.
Christian Javier.
Not Jav. Yeah. Um. So yeah, we'll see with the Astros. I still hate them.
Yeah, still hate the Astros.
Yeah.
That it?
Yeah, that's about all I got here today. Try and be on here in the next month, hopefully. Uh,
Yeah,
we'll get this more consistently right after Connor's baseball team loses.
yeah,
And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for listening. If you got all the way through, shout out to my boy Trent. Had a big milestone last week. But yeah, that's all I got to say. All
all right.
right, cue the outro.
All right.
Sam
Seven
and CD,
CD. CD and
CD
Sam.
and Sam.